What if I told you that most of your suffering is self-created? Not because of your circumstances, but because of what you believe about them. What if the real prison is not the world around you, but the thoughts inside your head? But author Joseph Newing tells us a radical truth. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness that hears them. Imagine your mind is the ocean. The thoughts are just waves. Some are small, some big. But you are the ocean, not the waves. Just as the ocean doesn't identify with the waves, neither should you with your thoughts. They're stories you've told yourself about what things mean. For example, someone criticizes your work. The thought, they hate me. But what's true? Do you really know that they hate you? Or is it possible that they're just giving you feedback? And when you argue with reality, you lose every time. Imagine trying to push the ocean away. What would happen? You'd get utterly drenched. You might have thoughts like, this relationship isn't right for me anymore, or I deserve more love and attention. Who would I be without this thought? You might realize that the thought, I'm unlucky in love, is just that, a thought, not a life sentence. They tell us what to do, who to be, how to feel. But what if they were actually our worst enemies? What if they kept us locked up in a cage of our own making? And don't believe everything you think. Nguyen challenges this deeply ingrained belief and shows us a different path. By challenging your thoughts, you free yourself to make conscious choices aligned with your values and goals, not reactive decisions driven by fleeting feelings. We all want to be happy, but often we're distracted by thoughts of the future or regrets about the past. Ask yourself this: what will you do with the newfound freedom that comes from understanding these profound lessons? Together, let's keep swimming towards the light of wisdom and enlightenment. See you in the next one. Will you continue to question your thoughts, to challenge your beliefs, and to embrace the uncertainty of life? Or will you fall back into old patterns of thinking and behaving? The choice, dear reader, is entirely yours. Remember, you are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts. And with that realization comes the power to shape your reality, to create the life you truly desire. So go forth with awareness, with courage, and with an unwavering commitment to living a life that is authentic, meaningful, and truly your own. We worry about what could go wrong, or wish that things had turned out differently. But as Nguyen reminds us, the only moment we have for sure is the present. So why not savor it, appreciate it, and make the most of it? When we focus on the present, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities. We become more creative, more innovative, and more engaged in our lives. We also become more compassionate towards ourselves and others, because we realize that all we really have is this moment right here, right now. He encourages us to see our thoughts as mental events that happen to us, not commands from our subconscious jailers. When we embrace this perspective, we reclaim our freedom. We become the conscious creators of our reality instead of the unconscious victims of our thoughts. On the surface, these thoughts seem valid. Who wouldn't want more love and attention? But what happens when you act on them? You might break up with your partner. You might jump into a new relationship, hoping it'll be better. We all have baggage from our past, whether it's childhood trauma, a painful breakup, or a career setback. This baggage weighs us down, limiting our ability to move forward in life. But as Ngoc Than reminds us, we have the power to let go. We can choose to release the past and embrace the present moment. It's not about forgetting what happened. It's about acknowledging it, learning from it, and then moving on. It's about recognizing that we don't have to carry the weight of our past forever. We can choose to be free. But what if the next one ends the same way? And the next one after that? Pain is inevitable. Life will always throw curveballs at us, but suffering is optional. It's our choice to make the situation worse by resisting reality. As Nguyen puts it, life is happening. Stop resisting it. So when faced with a difficult situation, Instead of fighting reality, what if we took a step back and asked, how can I grow from this? How can I use this experience to become stronger, wiser, more compassionate? This shift in perspective transforms pain into a catalyst for growth and suffering into a choice we no longer have to make. Then you start to believe that you're cursed in relationships. You've turned a thought into a life-defining fact. That's what happens when you resist reality. Acceptance doesn't mean passivity. It means you stop wasting energy resisting what already is and respond from clarity, not chaos. When you cling to thoughts like they're absolute truth, you block out alternative possibilities. You shut down the space for different interpretations. And this is where confusion arises. They come and go. They ebb and flow. Sometimes they crash hard. Sometimes they're calm and still. But through it all, you remain. You're the one who observes them. You're the one who decides which thoughts to pay attention to, which ones to challenge, and which ones to simply let go. It's like having a constant stream of visitors. You wouldn't welcome every single one of them into your home. You'd carefully consider who to let in, whom to have a conversation with, and whose opinions to disregard. Why? Because you understand not everyone's opinion is worth giving credence to. The same goes for your thoughts. You are the constant amidst the ever-changing tides of thoughts. You'll start to see them for what they are, mental events that happen to you, not directives from your creator. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. You can't always control what happens, but you can control how you respond. And the first step to responding, rather than reacting, is to let go of the belief that your thoughts are beyond question. This is not just a book. It's a wake-up call. Welcome to Do and Believe Everything You Think, the book that will flip your inner world upside down. In today's episode, we'll unpack the profound wisdom from this book and reveal how you can start thinking right so you can feel better. Before we dive in, remember to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss an episode. Now let's uncover the secrets of mastering your thoughts. We grow up believing that our thoughts are true, but we humans have a funny way of forgetting this simple truth. We give our thoughts too much attention, too much belief. We let them dictate our emotions, our actions, our entire lives. And this is where problems arise. You're not anxious because of life. You re-anxious because you re-believing a thought like, I'll never be good enough. Or, what if I fail? And here's the killer. You never even questioned those thoughts. You just accepted them, like gospel. These thoughts become the background noise of your life, shaping your reality without you even realizing it. Think back to a time when you were consumed by a thought. Maybe, everyone hates me, or I'm such a failure. How did that thought make you feel? Anxious, stressed, maybe even depressed. And the crazy thing is, most of those feelings were not because of the thought itself, but because of what you believed about that thought. You believed it was true. You gave it power. You let it define you. Here's the breakthrough. Your thoughts are not facts. They're interpretations. The key is to remember, you're not your thoughts. When you practice this kind of discernment, you'll stop taking your thoughts so seriously. Life is happening. Let's look at a practical example. Say you're in a long-term relationship and you're feeling unfulfilled. Instead, what if you had observed that thought without judgment? What if you'd asked yourself, is this thought helpful? Is it true? Many of us were raised to believe that our thoughts are our best friends. He introduces us to the idea of being the observer of our thoughts, not their prisoner. One of the most eye-opening concepts in the book is the distinction between pain and suffering. Another powerful concept in the book is the idea of letting go. The final concept I want to share is the importance of being fully present in each moment. As you wrap up this journey through Don't Believe Everything You Think, if you enjoyed this summary, check out our other book summaries, where we dive deep into the ocean of human potential.